Today on Forensic Files, you will see exactly who killed Waverly Berg. You will see all the evidence, our theory for killing her, and the process that went through to kill her. That's all coming up right here, right now on Forensic Files. When the lifeless body of multi-million-dollar lottery winner Waverly Berg is pulled from the ocean, the question is, how did she get there? Was it an unfortunate accident caused by seasickness? Or did someone on board the luxury ship want her to take her last swim? I couldn't even believe it. It was just the most insane story I've ever heard. You know, somebody getting killed off of what they call a Deathboat. You know, I just had to investigate this. And so we did. Waverly Berg was reported missing at 5 a.m. by Brent Riley and found a few miles southeast of the ship's original location. Where was it? Honolulu, Pier 3 at 6:32 a.m. Her body and still clothes have been eaten by sharks, but the cause of death was drowning. The estimated time of death was 4 a.m. After thorough investigation of the crime scene and the passengers of the ship, Officer Sandy Wong has ruled out suicide and accidental death. All passengers of the ship are now suspects. The suspects are Captain Brent Riley, Dora Snook, and Dr. Lightbody. Welcome back to Forensic Files. We conducted interviews with Captain Brent Riley, Dora Snook, and Curtis Lightbody. Unfortunately, all three did not want to be recorded. However, we did record audio, and here's what we found were the most interesting and the most valuable for our evidence. Let's start off with Brent Riley. Were you using those wedding plans to get $2 million out of Miss Berg? This bank statement shows she drew out money in cash on October 5th. Did she get it from you?
Not on your life. What Waverly did with her money was her business, and she had $2 million stashed away for her future. That was her idea, not mine.
As you could tell from the interview, Riley said that fairly quick. I was pretty surprised until I heard this. Maybe you're just jealous, Captain. Now, look at this letter. It's a love poem to Miss Berg. Did you write it?
Sure I did. It's in my writing, isn't it?
Yeah, except you never stretched to poetry before. Kind of expired, weren't you? Which do you love, Captain? Waverly Berg or her fortune?
Hey, that's one heck of a question.
Just giving the facts, Riley.
I was so in love with Waverly that I plan to spend the rest of my life with her. That should speak volumes.
It would, if it were true. Listen to this interview that we did with Dr. Lightbody. What he said makes a whole lot of sense.
Waverly was down on her luck in Santa Monica, over in Los Angeles. Dora was her roommate, equally broke. I gather they were down to a rumple $5 bill, which was Waverly's, and she sent Dora out with it to buy groceries. Dora got the groceries and also bought the ticket. It turned out to be the winner, but Waverly had paid for it, so she took the whole fortune. I suppose giving Dora a job was a way of making Waverly feel better about the whole thing and to keep her mouth shut about how she got the money. But it didn't work out. They never stopped fighting about the money. Dora retconned half of hers, maybe all of it, but she bought the actual ticket, even if Waverly paid. She had a case, I guess, and sometimes it really got to Waverly. That's what happened last night.
where were you between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. last night?
After chatting with Waverly for an hour or two after dinner, I went to bed.
Thank you, Dr. Lightbody. That will be all. With all the evidence that we have, we still cannot tell who killed Waverly Berg. Sandy Wong created a conclusion with all the evidence that he combined. And here's what he said. I am unable to make an arrest for murder due to the lack of evidence against any of the suspects. However, suicide seems highly unlikely and the accident is too convenient for all those involved. All the people on the Pirate Queen are suspects, and I am seeking a further opinion on this case from my supervising officers. And so we did. So the real question is, how did Waverly Berg die? Was this an accident? Or did somebody actually try to kill her? You will find out after the break. Welcome back to Forensic Files. So, who killed Waverly Berg? Was it accidental? Was it Dora? Was it Curtis? Or was it Brent Riley? Here's our theory. The person that killed Waverly Berg was in fact Dora Snook. That's right, Dora Snook. She killed Waverly Berg. Here's our theory. If you remember from Curtis Lightbody's interview, he did mention that Waverly took all the money, even though that Dora paid for the actual ticket. Dora felt like she's the one that earned the money, so her intent was to get her even more sick than she was. Also, we have one more thing to show you before we wrap this up. Take a look at these receipts. Do you notice anything? Anything the same? Different? Well, they all look the same. This was in fact Dora Snook's fingerprint. Dora was the one that took $2 million from Waverly's account. We hope you enjoyed this rendition of Forensic Files. Until next time, America.
Today on Forensic Files, you will see exactly what happened to... Today on Forensic Files, you will see exactly who killed Miss... Today on Forensic Files, you will see exactly who killed
Focus. I couldn't even believe it. I was just in total shock. When I heard about this story, I was like, let me just investigate this. I thought that this would be the most traumatic story. Cut! I couldn't even believe it. It was just... Cut. It was crazy. You know, I couldn't even believe it. When I first heard this story, I was like, whoa. This is huge. Cut. I couldn't even believe it. It was just the most insane story I've ever heard. Man cut.